Raquel Gonzalez. She was supposed to face Xia Li? Supposed to face Xia Li, but Xia Li wasn't there, and instead, are they calling him Boa? Like a boa constrictor?
Yeah, I think we saw him wrestle at some point. I don't remember. It must have been when we first started watching NXT. He was one of the wrestlers. I forget what his first name was. It was something Boa.
Well, apparently now he's Xia Li's cohort, partner in crime, spokesperson. Xia Li wasn't there. He gets in the ring, no microphone or anything. Just gets in the ring in a suit and walks up and says, well, she's not here. So, and Raquel Gonzalez is like, well, she called me out. And he's like, well, she's not here. So bye. And he turns around to leave and she boots him out on the floor and just kicks the shit out of him. And obviously what they're trying to do here is Raquel Gonzalez is a giant. She's a big girl. They want to get her over as an ass kicker. They want her to beat up a guy, but you can't have an intergender match because it's the WWE, and even they have standards. So this was a way of having an intergender match and showing you how badass Raquel Gonzalez is without booking a man versus woman match. And she kicked shit out of him and left him laying, but I'm not even against that concept because, yes, she's a big girl and he's a putz. Nobody gives a shit about him. He's not like he's a main event, male talent, but couldn't they get into it and better just walk out? Well, she's not here. I'll see you later. And just might as well have said, just go ahead and beat me up. Because that was how obvious it was. Could they not have gone into this a little more creatively?
Well, let's rewind for a second. We saw at least 2 weeks where it happened, maybe even more, where Xia Li did a promo where she said, I have to win this match. You don't understand. I have to win. And then she went out and lost. It happened more than once. And now she doesn't come out here. Instead, this guy who is in cahoots with her. But this sets up everything else, I think, that happened in this bizarre segment. Xia Li has to win, and all of a sudden Xia Li is not there.
Well, I mean, I wasn't complaining because I didn't want to see Xia Li. And if it had been Xia Li, I would have fast-forwarded it. But anyway, Raquel Gonzalez did a good job of kicking the shit out of this guy. But then suddenly the lights go out. And this old Oriental man comes walking slowly out with an envelope in his hand, and old Boa gets down on his knees and is freaking out. And it apparently it's Pat Morita in the Karate Kid who reaches down and gives Boa the envelope and smudges ink on his hand, which Boa treats like it's battery acid. And then the old man leaves and walks out, and the announcers just started laying out and saying nothing. And we know that they were still there because we could hear them until suddenly this started happening, and then they just stopped talking. And wouldn't they be going, well, who the fuck is that guy?
That's the only thing they could have said, is what the hell is going on here?
Well, yeah, but laying out's even worse because then it's just like, well, we don't even know what to say here because nobody understands what's going on. If this guy is a new contract talent, I have a feeling some of the people on the roster are going to have to modify their style of work.
If the old Asian guy is a new contract performer?
Yes. Some guys are going to have to fucking modify their style of work. I don't believe, hey, he's too old to be going for some of this shit the new kids do. Anyway.
That segment made no sense.
No.
It was so bizarre.
And for the people out there who go, well, it's long-term dramatic storytelling and you'll understand soon. God damn, every segment with every underneath clown in the world has to be a mystery or a goddamn gimmick match or an angle. This is why none of this shit stands out.
The lights start going and I'm like, oh my God, who's going to come out? Like, I don't know where this is going. It's already bizarre and weird. Who's going to come out? And all of a sudden, it's some guy that I've never seen before.
It's fucking Charlie Chan.
See, I like this.
No, it was Key Luke in Kung Fu. He was trying to snatch the pebble from my hand, grasshopper. It's time for you to leave.
I'm at the point where It's also ridiculous. This was the first Wednesday night in a while I was able to just sit back and laugh at some of this stuff because it's so stupid. And this was the highlight of the stupidity on NXT. The unknown Asian man who had a light show who came out to hand an envelope to Boa, who just got his ass kicked by Raquel Gonzalez because Xia Li disappeared.
Moving on,